Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Minecraft Survival Season 2. It's been a little bit, as it usually is between episodes. I like to give it a little bit of time so I can think of new stuff to build instead of doing like an episode all the time, and yeah, whatever. You get the idea. We will briefly go over what I've done since last time, what's happened since last time, and, oh, that's not good. Oh, I'm on peaceful, who cares? We'll switch back to normal, maybe. Um, yeah, we'll briefly go over what's going on, and then we'll get into the actual building project. So first things first, one of the wonderful new snapshots has broken my gate. So I'm going to have to get in there and fix that. I think it's probably just the T flip-flop, would be my guess if I had to guess. So that shouldn't be too hard to fix. I just haven't gotten down there to do it because, I have to dig some stuff out. That was that sort of spiral gate. That's the technical term for it, which I think looked really, really nice with this, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and fix that. Otherwise, I filled in some of this stuff over here, which I think looks really nice. In fact, let's get rid of the HUD for the full cinematic experience here. Yeah, so obviously added some kelp. I do have water breathing on this helmet, so as long as I don't drown while I'm showing it off. But that just looks really good, doesn't it? Not specifically just like what I did, but I mean just graphically, the water and the kelp moving and the way the lighting is, it looks really, really nice. I'm glad they fixed how obnoxious the lighting was like a couple snapshots ago. And this is one of those things. I did mention that there were going to be times when I did not do everything 100% legit, and this was one of those times. I have not actually found any kelp in my world yet because I've explored pretty far in like a circle all around this area, so I just haven't gone out far enough. I'm basically waiting until the full release comes out to go look for this stuff. But I still wanted to have an idea of what it might look like to build sort of a kelp forest, so that's it. If you want to unsub, well, go for it. But this kind of thing, I didn't see the point in wasting hours of my time to gather so many of these resources. I don't actually know. I just sort of built this recently. I don't know if this stuff grows. I would assume that it does. But I didn't set like a one high. I built it all up. I think it looks nice. But anyways, that's that. Don't worry, like I said in the first episode of Season 2, it's not like I'm going to be giving myself, 700 diamond blocks or something. It's just when it comes to stuff like this, that's just a time sink. Sometimes I'm just going to switch over to creative. That bugs you. I understand, but it doesn't bug me, so. Yeah, so anyways. The gate over here, of course, is also broken. This one broke in a different way, which is odd. The T flip-flop was facing this way rather than that way, so maybe that has something to do with it. But as you can see, half of it will come out, but will not stay out, so that's wonderful. Just wonderful. This we're not going to be doing today, so don't worry. It looks kind of boring. That's because it's probably going to be boring when I build it. But the idea here is to have sort of a single building that has a gap in between and is connected up here. And it's going to maybe be like a potion kind of building, an apothecary or something like that. Doesn't the new water texture look nice, by the way? I think it looks great, especially compared to the old one. The old one was terrible, and I think pretty much everybody agreed with that. I showed the church, didn't I? We'll take a quick look in there. I think I built it off camera last time because it was just one of those things where like it wouldn't have been that exciting to build on camera, so whatever. And the latest update also broke my wall of maps, so that's great. I'm not going to say I spent a huge amount of time on them, but I did like the way they looked, so that whole composite thing is going to have to be redone, so that's kind of annoying. Anyways, we'll take a quick peek in here. I think I already showed this, but maybe not. Purely decorative. There's not really any point to it. Oh, you can climb up here. It's all built out of quartz and bone. Yes, I built a church out of bone. That's kind of metal, isn't it? but that's about it. It looks pretty nice in my opinion. Nice enough. I mirrored the roof design here, but then I wanted it to be like white, like kind of the old-timey stereotypical church. Except of course this one's built out of bone, which most churches are not. That's my understanding of it. So yeah, that's about it. So what are we doing today? Well, we are going to be working on this center portion. And the idea that I originally had that I mentioned of putting something just purely decorative in the center, that's what we're doing. I kind of like the idea of having buildings around it and then something just purely decorative rather than cluttering it all up with buildings. And besides, like, honestly, how many different building types can you build that all have different functions before it starts getting obnoxious? Like, oh, I've got to run over here for this, but I got to run over here for this and over here for this. So I think that'll look nice. So we'll have sort of like functional buildings or decorative buildings. Something purely decorative here, purely decorative here. This will be functional, probably another functional building behind that. And then maybe one building there, and then this will all be something decorative, maybe like a garden or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then that'll be it for the inside here. I kind of want to finish up this inside portion because I want to start working on other stuff. But it's like, well, this is kind of staring me in the face, so I want to kind of finish this first. Oh, also, one of my horses disappeared, so that was awesome. In fact, it was the horse that I rode in on. Puns. The horse that I brought from my main base and rode him all the way over here, all 18,000 blocks. Yeah, he's gone. He just disappeared, so I don't know what the deal was with that. But anyways, yeah, that sucks. I don't think I took my best horse, so it's not an enormous deal, but it's still an inconvenience for sure. All right, so what's going in the center here now that we're 7 minutes in? It's going to be a pond. Now, don't you worry, I'm not just going to dig out a perfect rectangle and fill it with water. No, we're going to get a little bit more designy than that. I had this idea for just sort of a pond with like an island in the center and probably some animals on it. Like I'll go gather some turtles eventually. I think they're probably only going to spawn in new chunks, would be my guess, but I can always run out, grab one, and get some turtle eggs to hatch some new ones or whatever. I think that's how it works, right? I don't know. And then probably fence it off to keep the animals from getting out. Maybe like some parrots in there too. I know I believe I have some parrots around somewhere. And then I don't know about getting an ocelot in there. That's gonna be a chore if it's possible at all. Probably not, unless I just use a spawn egg or something. But but anyways, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start off here with one of the most satisfying things, just period, in gaming in general, but definitely in Minecraft, and that is taking an efficiency 5 shovel through dirt. Shall we begin? Okay, as I was doing that, I had the idea to play some sort of jubilant classical music over that, so you're welcome. That's probably what I ended up doing. And on top of that, classical music generally tends to be public domain, so maybe they won't demonetize my video. That'd be nice. Anyways, that'll be the rough shape of it, I guess. And one great thing is I've got Silk Touch on this baby as well. Not that I am in that great a need of grass right now, but hey, I've got it if I need it. So we shall block up and see how that looks. I really just went super roughly. That's about right, honestly. I might smooth out some of those edges a little bit, but It's not too bad. Be something like that. And we'll figure it out as we go, but I think that's about right. Okay, we'll go down another layer. Okay, quick timeout. The island is going to be right in the center, so chop out a little bit more there, and if I need to expand it, I can just expand it. And I say the center, but roughly the center. Like, probably that shape is about right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, unfortunately, we've got some harder materials, so I won't be able to just shovel everything out. I guess, really quick, let's block up again and see if that looks correct. I think so. It's kind of hard to tell with the grass growing in. I think that's about right. By the way, is it a thing now? I didn't even know this, that grass can now grow underwater. Apparently it is. At least that's what's happening over on one of my other areas. Alright, so that's pretty good. Let's, that is roughly centered, yeah. Yeah. Build up another level here. I know I could have just kind of cut around this thing, I guess. And I'll just fill it in, basically. So there's only one block on whichever side. Might have to make it bigger, we'll see. And what I might end up doing actually is replacing this dirt in here with whatever it's called, prismarine. That might look better, or it might not. We'll figure it out. But for now, I think that's about right. Now I think what I'll do is probably go down one more. Probably. But the water level, the water is going to start here. So I guess we'll just fill some water in and see what it looks like. This is why I don't really need grass. You can just kind of do that and it grows pretty quickly. So, unfortunately, I'm a silly person and only brought one water bucket, but it's okay. I'll just create an infinite pool here. All right, everyone. So here's what it looks like right now. Um, I was originally going to just show that entire portion of me filling in the water, but that took quite a while because it turns out it's kind of annoying to fill in water. Um, I think that's about right. I made this a little bit bigger. It might need to go a little bit bigger still. And then I definitely think that's going to need to be prismarine because that'll look a lot nicer. That's the general idea, I think. Um, so let's take this out a little bit more. You know, it's got to be big enough that I can have animals on it, you know? All right, let's try that. That might be good. A nice gradual look at it. I think that's about right. Maybe take it a little bit more this way. Okay. And now, of course, we have squid spawning in it. Not really any way to avoid that, unfortunately, but that's fine. So now we'll sort of go up in a few places on this. Doesn't need to be super even because it'll look better if it's not. Again, a little bit. Probably about right. Yeah, something on the back. That. Okay, I think that's about right for shape. Now for fencing this off, I was actually thinking that just fences might be all right. Let's take a look though. Do I have any fences anywhere? I don't think I do. Hold that thought. Okay, and I think just oak. That's what I've been using for all the fencing. So let's just see what that looks like. I'll just lay it across here. That'll keep my creatures from getting out as well. And just have to wait and see if, like, all of them congregate in this corner or something. That would be annoying, but it does tend to happen. And then once the fence is up, I can get a better idea for if I want to bring the water out a little bit more. Whoops, I might want to leave a way in, huh? I might want to go with something a little bit more elaborate for the fence because that, on its own like that, doesn't look all that great. Whether it ends up being like putting in higher fences at some points or what, I'm not quite sure. Let's also check, do fences block light? They shouldn't. No. So I think I'll still be lit enough. You'd never be lit enough, fam. But yeah, this is all going to be unspawnable territory, which is good. Yeah, I'll figure out something to do with that because that, you know, on its own doesn't look all that great. But at the very least, you can get an idea for what final product's going to look like. Yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, maybe something small there and something small there, like fountains, kind of like those coming out. That could look good. Let that grow up a little bit. Trees and whatnot. Yeah, let's try that actually. Okay, so this is not my trick. I don't know who came up with this, but there's an easy way to grow a large tree like 90% of the time. You're basically going to put a solid block over the top, then break it like that. I think it'll be fine with these blocks around it, but if not, I'll just take them out and then bone meal the heck out of it. And like, for whatever reason, I don't know why, that will almost always yield a big tree. It's actually not bad if you're trying to farm for wood, I guess. Maybe throw that one back on there. All right, let's get back and see what it looks like. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I am kind of starting to lean towards that cobblestone wall. It might be a little bit too plain, but I'm sure I could figure out something to go in the center, like some sort of cobblestone structure that still can't be jumped on. That's just about perfect, though, isn't it, that tree? Take a look from up here. Yeah. Man, it actually makes a huge difference just having that giant rectangle filled in. It makes it look so much more complete. I mean, I guess because it is a huge area that's filled in, but yeah, that looks pretty good. So now I need to add some more stuff on this because I don't want it to be just dirt or grass even. Oh, and then this is now podzol. I dipped into my stash a little bit. Looks better from the top, I think. Look one more time. Yeah, I like it. And looking at it now, so now that it's got that vertical element with the tree, I don't really know if I need to put fountains here. I might just extend the island out a little bit more on either side. We'll see. I might end up putting something there, but I think less is going to be more in this case. And now I had an idea, but I don't think I was thinking about getting some fish to put in it, but I think that I think you can only grab tropical fish in a bucket. Isn't that right? We'll see if I can grab a salmon. Nope, you can grab a salmon. Okay. Tactical fishing. Nice, nice. Are these wings, like not the greatest? So I can plop him in here now. And then the thing is what you can do, because he's going to still despawn, of course. What you can do is you can drop name tags on these guys. And at least as long as it hasn't changed, they will not despawn once you put the name tags on. So that might be kind of cool. I mean, obviously it doesn't really make sense for a salmon to be swimming around in here, but it's Minecraft. It doesn't make sense for, in a lot of ways. So let me do that. Let me figure out exactly how big I want this area to be. And then we'll be back. I'm just going to keep giving you these little mini updates. All right, so another update. I think it looks pretty good now, actually. Not too bad, anyway. What we got now is got basically a mixture of blocks here. I got some path blocks, some coarse dirt mixed in with just grass. Added some this grass to break it up a little bit. Guess I can't get out of here, can I? I think that looks all right. I'm not totally sold on the blue flowers. I think I might want something brighter. So I might switch it out to red or yellow or something. And see, I got some fish in there. I'm going to be naming all of them, hopefully. The good thing is you can't see the name tag from very close. So unless I'm right up on top of them, you won't see, like, fish every time you go over them. So that's good. Yeah, I'm probably going to change the flowers, but we'll deal with that. And then something to light this, because as of right now, monsters can spawn on it, and that's no good. So yeah, back in a sec. We'll see where it ends up at. All right, everyone. This is probably the final version. Probably, although there's always room for improvement. This is what I came up with for the fence. Cannot get through it, which is what I wanted. And it's just the iron bars, which make the little windows. I tried just running iron bars all the way parallel, but it was hard to see through. This way you can actually look in, take a look at the fish, and then once I get some turtles in there, hung some glowstone down from the tree just to light it a little bit better. And this is one of the few cases where I've actually just said, good enough with lighting. I typically want everything to be 100%. God, I switched it back to normal because I was testing it. 100%, like nothing can spawn. But the thing is, it doesn't actually matter if anything spawns on there because nothing can get to me anyway. Like maybe a spider gets in the water and climbs over, but there are very few spawning points actually on there anyway. There are only like a few of those blocks that are actually dark enough. And even then, it's like a skeleton's not really even going to be able to shoot me unless he pulls a freaking sniper elite shot through one of those gaps in the fence. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. But yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. It definitely adds to the look of the whole thing. Take a look at some of these fish. I did name some of them. Fish, fish, fish. So see, you really can't see the name unless you're super close, so it's not going to be annoying. Like I look in here and it's just fish over the entire thing. So that's good. I don't remember if that like underwater grass is collectible yet, but I'll probably add some of that in there. Make it look a little bit more like a lake or a pond. But yeah, all in all, I think that's pretty good. Let's go up here. We can get an idea of what it looks like at night, since it's now night. See, I think it's lit up enough. If I lit like everything super bright, it just wouldn't look good. But yeah, I think that definitely adds to the aesthetic. So I'm happy with it. And now if we take another look over here, this entire section is pretty much done. It looks quite nice. We just got to finish this part and then be good to go. Now I was trying to decide if I was going to put vines. Ow. I'm leaning towards no because vines start to get everywhere and can get messy pretty quickly. But willing to listen to opinions on that. Maybe it would look kind of cool if there were vines coming down. I'll probably try it out and see what I think of it. The thing is, vines, they start growing everywhere, and sometimes you have to clean them up. But, I mean, that's few and far between are the times that you have to actually do that. So, I don't know. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I got to get me some turtles now to put into it. I don't think anything else. Maybe like 3 turtles. Probably no other animals in there. I was going to put parrots, but probably not. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But for now, I think that looks pretty good. We're getting on as far as amount of time we've been going. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Next time, I'm not sure what we'll do. So there you go. We're not going to do this. I'm going to finish building this thing off screen and probably fix my gates before the next time. I'm thinking maybe probably right here, we put some sort of lighthouse looking thing. I think that would make sense. And it's far enough away from this that it being tall is not really going to matter. I think I've done a pretty decent job so far of spacing out my tall things, like tree, statue, and then lighthouse looking thing. And then I don't think anything over here needs to be tall because that's pretty close to the building here, which is already tall. And that'll break it up as far as everything being the same height. Oh, hello. I've not encountered these things that many times because when I build, like I said, I mostly play on creative, so. But I think they're good for repairing the wings now, right? The things that they drop? I can't remember. Anyways, before I get eaten alive by these creatures of the night, I think that would be a good time to call it. So, like I said, I hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next, wait for it, one. On the next one. Till then, everyone.